Yo, what is good, YouTube? Welcome back to another JC2K video. Today I'm going to be ranking the top 10 small forwards in NBA 2K21 MyTEAM right now. And just like with every other ranking video, as I say in every ranking video, this video is entirely my opinion. So if you disagree with that, that's totally fine. But make sure if you do disagree, let me know down in the comments below. What do you disagree with? Who did I rank too high? Who did I rank too low? Who did I leave off this list that you think deserves to be on this list? And there's a good chance that I'll forget somebody. Yesterday, I literally forgot Dwayne Wade on this list, and he was in the thumbnail of the video on my shooting guard list. Like, it happens. I will make mistakes. There's a lot of really good small forwards, so if I make a mistake, that is my fault. One other thing to note, this is a list of players who can play the small forward position, not specifically primary small forwards. Just like every ranking list, I think that position rankings should be based off of who can play that position, not whose primary position is that position. That's just my opinion. And also, before we hop into this video, if you haven't, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We just hit monetization on this YouTube channel, which is really, really cool, and I really appreciate all the support on the YouTube channel, because that's pretty meaningful to me that we hit that monetization. That was one of my goals for this year, was to get monetized on YouTube, and having hit that already and in June was really, really cool, and I really appreciate all the support, and it's been really cool to see all the growth on the channel. It just inspires me to keep on working. So sorry for the long-ish intro, but I really appreciate y'all, and yeah, if you haven't, make sure you hit that subscribe button. So without further ado, let's hop into it and take a look at this list. At the number 10 position, we have James Worthy, who if he's at number 10, lets you know that this is a very, very good position, obviously. And as with every position in this game, at this point, a top 10 player at that position is going to be a borderline perfect card, which is what you'll see with most of these cards. And it really becomes preference in terms of animations, dribble sigs, releases, things like that. It's height and wingspan that really separate cards, I feel like. But at James Worthy, he's 6'9" with 7-foot wingspan, hotspots everywhere, 49 Hall of Fame badges, including Showtime, Deadeye, Hotson Hunter, Range Extender, Volume Shooter, Ankle Breaker, Bailout, handles for days, quick first step, unpluckable, clamps, interceptor, intimidator, heart crusher, pick dodger, pogo stick, rebound chaser, etc. Also comes with elite defensive stats, 95s across the board, pretty much. Really good driving dunk, shot 3, great speed shoot with ball and acceleration. Also has the Tony Parker release on very quick. It's not quite as quick as like a base 98 or Dwayne Wade release, but it's similar. The upper is kind of odd, but it's easy to green. It's just kind of not slow, but it's not as fast as you would think it would be, but it's a solid release. Pro 2 size up, can't carry slide because over 220 pounds. Unfortunately, by 5 pounds at 6'9", which is unfortunate. Also Pro 3 behind the back, which I think is the best behind the back in the game. He's a super solid card. Just I don't love his release in all honesty, and the fact that he can't carry holds him back just a little bit as well. But he's a very nice card. Definitely a good option at the number 10 small forward. At the number 9 position, we have a card who I really, really like as well. Haven't really used this card much, but he looks very fun to use, and that's DeMarcus Cousins. Boogie is another super solid small forward option, and he comes in at 6'10" with 7'5" wingspan. He has a very large player build, which helps him out. Also, 51 Hall of Fames, including hotspots everywhere, every key Hall of Fame badge, just like every other card pretty much on this list. But he has Hall of Fame rebound chaser and rim protector as well, which is nice at that small forward position. Defensively, his perimeter stats aren't quite as good as a lot of the other small forwards, but they're not bad. A defensive grin should be a decent idea on this card, though. Good speed and acceleration with speed with the ball, 95 driving dunk as well, and as well as 95 shot 3. The thing that holds this card back is his low release, or his not very good release. This release is just, it's a set shot. It's not terrible on very quick, but it's not great. It's definitely not an elite release compared to pretty much every other release we'll see on this list. And his sigs are good, but he doesn't have Pro 3 behind the back. Pro 2 size up is good to have, but he's just not quite elite enough to be any higher on this list. His release holds him back, and also he doesn't have the best defense animations, but he's still a very good card, very cheesy card at the small forward position with his size and player build. So I think he deserves to be number 9 on this list. Coming in at number 8, we have a card who came out today in Jerami Grant, and I have not used this Jerami Grant card at all, so I'm basically going off of where I believe he would fall based on gameplay that I saw with him, and also just what his card looks like. He's 6'8" with 7'2" wingspan. I know he has a good player build because I've seen his cards earlier in the year and used his diamond earlier in the year. Hotspots everywhere and 50 hops, including Showtime, Hotson Hunter, flexible, range extender, quick first step, unpluckable, ankle breaker, every defensive badge again that you could want on Hall of Fame, which is super nice, including that rim protector, rebound chaser, post move lockdown, which are really nice extra Hall of Fames to have. Great stats again all around, basically 95s around-ish in every stat. Jump shot 62 is a good jumper. I do like this jumper, honestly, especially on him. It feels very, very smooth combined with the upper that he has. It's a nice jumper. It's easy to green. It's easy to get off. It's a good jumper. Pro 2 size up. He can carry slide because he's under 6'9". Also has the Pro 3 behind the back. So he's a really, really good card in terms of his sigs, his jumper, his badges, all that stuff. He's only 6'8", and he's maybe missing a little bit of things in terms of statistically that some of these other cards, especially the invincible cards, have. But I think he's a great option at that small forward position, and I think he debatably could be higher on this list. I just haven't used him yet, so I'm just slotting him in where I think he deserves to go. At the number 7 position, we have Jimmy Butler, who As y'all know, I love Jimmy Buckets. I had him ranked around this same spot. He might have even been 7 on the shooting guard list as well. But he's 6'7" with 6'8" wingspan, so he's a little bit undersized compared to a lot of the other small forwards on this list. But he has hot spots everywhere in 48 hoffs, including showtime, range, flexible green machine, hot zone hunter, ankle breaker, dimer, downhill handles for days quick, for step, and unpluckable. In addition to clamps, heart crusher, interceptor, intimidator, pick dodger, pogo stick, pickpocket, trapper. 98s on most of the perimeter defenses, 99s. Like, he's an elite defensive card. 96 speed and acceleration, 95 speed with ball, 95 driving dunk, and 95 shot 3. His jumper's amazing. I love this jumper. It's very similar to the Rudy Gay release, except I find it easier to green than Rudy Gay's release, and has a great upper as well. Pro 2 size up and can curry slide because of his height. Pro 3 behind the back. Pro 7 crossover is pretty good as well for his between the legs. He's a great card. I really like Jimmy Butler a lot. Free as well. Exceptional option at the small forward. The only reason he's this low is because, well, for one, there's a lot of really elite high tier small forwards, but he's a little bit short. But he plays good enough defense to make up for his height, in my opinion. Now, coming in at the number 6 position, we have Mr. Thon Maker. And I know some people would probably have Thon higher than this because he's a 7-foot small forward, and he's cheesy, and he's got great dribble sigs and a good jumper and all that. I just feel like defensively his animations are lacking just a little bit to prevent him from cracking the top 5. But he is 7 foot with a 7'3" wingspan, hotspots everywhere. Again, every key Hall of Fame badge you could want. He has that rebound chaser, rim protector, and post move lockdown as well, which is a nice addition. Defensively, he's lacking a little bit. You put a defensive Grinch on him, I think that fixes it to a certain extent, but I still don't feel like he has the defensive animations of a lot of the other cards on this list. But offensively, he's exceptional. His jumper's super good. I like jump shot 47 a lot with the Kobe upper, which obviously Kobe's jumper is amazing. His upper's super good. Pro 2 size up, Pro 2 between the legs, Pro 3 behind the back, perfect dribble 6. He can't curry slide because of his height on current gen, but he's an exceptional card. Thon on offense is one of the best, if not the best, offensive small forwards in the game, in my opinion. I wouldn't say he's the best, but he's dang close. His defense just holds him back just a little bit from being a top 5 card at this position. Now, at the number 5 position, we have Paul George, who I do believe is better at the shooting guard position, which honestly, a couple of other guys we'll see in this top 5 are also better at the shooting guard position, but he can play small forward, and he's 6'9" with a good player build, good wingspan, hotspots everywhere, 48 hoffs, including, again, every key Hall of Fame badge, 98s, 99s on these defensive stats, 98 driving dunk, 97 shot 3, 97 speed acceleration, 95 speed with ball. So, like, borderline GOAT card stats in terms of the stats that matter. Paul George release on Very Quick is one of my favorite releases in the game. I love Paul George's release. I know some people, namely TyDeBo, don't, but me personally, I love his release. Pro 2 size up and curry slide. He can curry slide because he is 220 pounds, which is the threshold at 6'9" to curry slide on current gen, as y'all know. And then Pro 3 behind the back as well. He comes incredibly complete. Just the perfect glue guy. So good on defense and offense. He can create his own shot. He's a great slasher, great catch and shoot, elite defensive card, just an awesome glue guy. I love Paul George cards in 2K, and I think he totally deserves to be in the top 5 on this list. Now, coming in at the number 4 position, this is probably going to be a bit debatable because there are 2 guys over Tracy McGrady that I think y'all are going to take issue with a little bit. But T-Mac's an invincible card. He's obviously elite. I just prefer him at the shooting guard position. I don't feel like defensively he's, despite his stats, quite as good as a couple of the other guys in this list because of his size. But he's got a 6'8" frame, 7'2" wingspan. He's got a good player build as well. 60 hoffs and hotspots everywhere. Again, don't really need to go over the Hall of Fame badges. He does have Hall of Fame steady, which you'd prefer to be not a thing on current, but again, 99 stats, 98, 97 on everything. Great jumper. Y'all know the T-Mac jumper is amazing. Pro 2 size up, can curry slide, Pro 3 behind the back. He's a great card. I mean, there's really not much to talk about with an invincible card like T-Mac. He's exceptional. He's perfect in everything, pretty much. His defense just is a little bit lacking in his size. I don't feel like he plays quite like the top 3 small forwards at that small forward position. I prefer him at the shooting guard position. I think he's higher on the list at the shooting guard position, as y'all saw yesterday. But at the number 2 position, I know people are going to have an issue with me putting Pascal Siakam over T-Mac, Paul George, Thon Maker, but I love Pascal Siakam, man. He has great defensive animations. He's an elite slasher, and he has really good sigs. Plus, at 6'9", 220, he can curry. Spoiler alert. Hotspots everywhere in 51 hoffs, including showtime, range, hot zone hunter, green machine. Does have steady as well, but I don't notice it really on him. I don't feel like he shoots a lot of fulls, and his release is super smooth for me. Similar to like Kawhi. You don't really notice the Hall of Fame steady shooter on Kawhi, and I don't feel like I noticed it on Pascal either. Again, exceptional defensively with that rebound chaser, rim protector, and post move lockdown. Elite defensive stats with 95s plus on everything, 94 speed, acceleration with 91 speed with the ball. I would recommend adding a speed with ball shoot just to boost this just a little bit, and maybe a 3-point shoe even to give him sharp takeover, because on current gen he doesn't have sharp takeover unless you add that shoe, at least not with Mike D'Antoni. And also has a 90 driving dunk. He's a great all-around card. Super, super nice. I love jump shot 75 as well. I think it's one of the easiest shots to green in the game. Not the fastest, but it's fast enough to easily get off. And also has the Pro 2 size up and curry escape. He can curry, which is super nice, as well as the Pro 3 behind the back. And I feel like his defensive innovations are exceptional as well. Just an elite card at the 3. I loved it. Pascal Siakam. And then at number 2, I know he's old and this card's been out for a very long time, but Danny Ferry is so good. I just love him. And admittedly, my Danny Ferry has 10 extra Hall of Fame badges. He has 43 Hoffs instead of 33. So that may play a slight difference in why I love this card so much. I'm a little bit biased toward him. But 6'10" with a 7'5" wingspan and a massive player build. He looks 7 foot tall. Hotspots everywhere, including 33 Hall of Fames as well. Hall of Fame Showtime range, flexible, hot zone hunter, no steady shooter, quick for step up, pluckable, and handles for days, as well as bailout, clamps, heart crusher, interceptor, intimidator, and pogo stick. I know he only has 6 defensive badges base, but they are arguably the 6 most important defensive badges. Just his badges are not wasted. I know he only has 33 base, but they're not wasted at all. He's got exceptional stats. I would definitely recommend adding defensive crunches to him, but once you add those, he feels exceptional on the defensive end as well. Amazing slasher and shooter, really good athleticism. Jump shot 98 on very quick with Rudy Gay upper is one of the best jumpers in the game for 3 hunting. Great, perfect dribble 6 as well. I know he can't curry slide, but he's very similar to Thon Maker, except he's got a faster jumper, and I feel like he's better on defense. And that's the thing that I think separates him from a guy like Thon Maker, or even a guy like Pascal Siakam, is how good he is on both ends of the court, with the ball in his hands, without the ball in his hands. Defensively, he's just an exceptional all-around card. And then at the number 1 position, just like the shooting guard position, we have Kevin Durant, who I do believe is the best shooting guard or small forward option in the game right now. Again, as an invincible card, there's not a ton to talk about, simply because he has every badge in the game except for steady shooter. Only gold badge you'd want on Hall of Fame. Like, there's not a single gold badge you'd want on Hall of Fame. None of these really matter that are on gold. 97, 98, and 99 stats and everything. KD released on very quick, which is super smooth, quick, and easy to get off. It's not the easiest to green, I'll be completely honest. I am not super consistent with it, but he is so good. And his release, it's easy enough to green. It's just not the easiest to green of the releases on this list. But also has the Pro 2 size up and cannot curry slide on current. He can on next. Unfortunately, I wish he could on current. That'd be crazy. But also the Pro 3 behind the back. He's just so good. KD plays exceptional defense, exceptional offense. Comes with every Hall of Fame badge you want. He's like the perfect card. I absolutely adore this Kevin Durant card. He's amazing. I think there's a really good chance that when I come back to this list in Season 9, he still might be the best small forward in the game. We'll have to wait and see, but he's that good. So this is my list of the top 10 small forwards in the game. If you do agree with it or disagree with it, feel free to leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think of my list, and also make sure you hit that like button and the subscribe button. Help us push towards the 2,000 subscriber mark on the channel, and I really appreciate all the recent support on the videos. Super, super cool to be monetized, and yeah, I love you all. So we'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon, and I appreciate y'all. Peace.